Welcome back to Players Only. Now it's time for the three-point performance presented by JBL. Now, Saturday night, the Rockets bombarded the Cavs with 19 three-pointers. Chris Paul, he was 6 of 9, and Ryan Anderson, he lit it up with 5 of 9, fellas. And, you know, Isiah, when we look at this team and we see their style and the fact that they've added Chris Paul and added such pieces, is this recipe one for winning when you talk about all the threes, no mid-range unless it comes from Paul, and then layups?
I think they're so committed to their philosophy and they're so ingrained in the system. And this is their 47th game with 10-plus threes or more. So this is their way of playing. This is their style of play. And they're not going to change the way they play. So I do believe that they can go into the playoffs and have great success and give Golden State a run for their money. I don't know if they can beat Golden State, but this is the only team that I think will give Golden State a run for their money.
BD, what do you like so much about this system? And in your opinion, as a guard that's been able to put up buckets, shoot threes, get inside, do you like this as a recipe for them winning the championship?
I definitely do for, having a Chris Paul and having a James Harden. Two guys who are ball dominant. They can make plays, they can finish games. In D'Antoni's system, I like Chris Paul being able to keep them in the flow, and then James Harden coming in late game, bigger guard, coming off the pick and roll, being able to close them out. So, I actually like them living by the three, dying by the three, because at the end of the day, you have these big guards that can take over the game at the end.
And you trust D'Antoni's system a little bit more with Chris Paul in there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have that other point guard on the floor?
You got to have that other anchor, because he's going to keep them in the flow. And Chris Paul don't make mistakes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You're gonna win.
You could be a gambler with him, running your. And for us big fellas, you look at Nene, Capella. I think that Capella and Adams are two of the most underrated guards. Centers in the league. Shaq, do you think those two, Nene and Capella, has what it takes to hold down the center defensively and offensively for this Houston Rockets team?
They're not traditional big men like we used to saying, but they're great role players, set great screens, and the guards always reward them when they do something good. The rebound. Very tough play defense. My only question with Houston is, every time we talk about them, we marvel at how they shoot the threes, and they're similar to Golden State. But the difference between them and Golden State is Golden State can get some stops.
Yeah.
Because in the playoffs, you're not going to go 15 for 19, in a 7-game series.
Right.
When and if you have an off game, can you make stops, keep you in the game, possibly win the game when you're not having a great offensive night?
Well, we'll be able to check that out and talk a little bit about that more a little bit later. But first,